Hey guys and dolls, welcome back to my channel. It's Kirstie. I hope you're all well. Today's video is going to be my first ever Halloween tutorial, and for my first video I thought, what is the most appropriate thing I can do, and that is to pay homage to my favourite Halloween film, which is Hocus Pocus. So today we are going to be doing a tutorial for none other than Winnie Sanderson. I chose Winnie because I love Bette Midler, and two, I'm a ginger, so it made sense. This is all my natural hair, guys. I will explain in like 2 minutes, like right now, how I did this hair. Basically what I did was I used I used a very small curling wand. This is a very old fashiony type tongue. It's probably about ½ an inch wide, maybe an inch, I don't know. It's not very thick at all, it's like really thin. This is by Tresemme. I can't remember which one it is. It's probably just their tongue with a clip. So I basically tongued all of my hair. I then cut off before my ears of the curls and tied up both hairs on each side. As you can see, I've parted my hair in half. So I curled each half first, kept them in 2 bunches, and then I split the hair before my ear on both sides, back combed, and then underneath here is just literally a sock. So I got a sock, rolled it into like a long chunky sausage, put it in, and then pinned my hair around it to make this heart-shaped bouffant thing. And then with the rest of the hair that was behind of my ears on both sides, I then just twisted and pinned up here like this. My hair is this length, so if you have short hair it's fairly easy to do. If you have long hair it will just look like you have more curl up here, but then if you have longer hair than me you'll probably want a thicker wand and your curls won't be as tight as mine because I have a smaller tongue wand. So yeah, this is how I did Winnie's hair. Obviously if you're not a ginger you could just do this and then spray your hair with hairspray, but I wouldn't advise it if you're blonde because it might dye your hair, and I would just suggest getting the Winnie Sanderson wig that everyone seems to be using. But it seems as I didn't have access to the wig and I am a ginger, I figured I would try and do it myself. So there you go. If anyone wants me to do this hair tutorial in another video, I will. Just let me know in the comments. Right, so let's get started. Winnie is obviously known for her buck teeth and her very signature pout, which is not really a full lip. It kind of stops, kind of like the Queen of Hearts, and obviously her massive extense brush. So I'm not one for blush myself usually, so this will be a struggle. The eyeshadow is, it's kind of like a brown smoky, but very, very like minimalistic. It's not massively like, oh, I've got eyeshadow on. So the palette I will be using today for my eyes is the SOPH palette by Makeup Revolution. I believe it's coming, it either is in stores like Superdrug now in selected stores, or it is available. It's available to buy from tanbeauty.com, which is where I bought mine from. It's £10 and it has 14 matte shadows and 10 shimmer shades, and it looks like this on the inside. It's beautiful. I've chosen to use this palette because there's a lot of brownie shades and there's a black which I also will be using, and lots of transitional beigey shades to help with the smoky eye. So I'll be using this for my eyes. For my lips, I think I will be using, well, you'll just need a red lip liner and any red lipstick of your choice. I may be using my new lipstick that I've recently just bought. That is the JEFFREE Star Unicorn Blood. So I think I will be using that for my lips. Then you're just going to need a pale foundation or white face makeup if you're not as pale as me, and a mascara, of course. Lashes if you wear them. I don't wear lashes. They don't particularly, her lashes don't particularly look that long in the pictures of her, so I won't be using, and obviously a massive pink blush. And I think that's everything. Oh, and you'll probably need a contour. I am going to contour, but I won't be highlighting because highlight wasn't really a thing back then, and if I do highlight, it will be just be baking with a translucent powder. So yeah, let's get on with the video. Right, so first of all, you're going to want to take your beauty sponge. I use the Real Technique sponge. You're going to want to take your concealer and your translucent powder, and the first step of this look is to block out those brows, because it looks like Winnie hasn't got brows. So even though my brows are very light, I'm gonna block them out anyway with just a simple method of concealer and translucent powder. But I have lightened them significantly, so once I put foundation on, it should be a lot better. Sorry, I'm getting comfortable. You now want to, while those are setting, conceal your blemish areas. Right, now that I have done my concealer, we're going to go on to foundation. If you're not as pale as me, you'll want to use, there are ways you could get around it with having a nice smooth finish instead of using face paint, because they're not completely white, the Sanderson sisters. So you could use a white foundation, or you could mix a bit of white foundation in with your normal foundation to produce a very pale look. But since my foundation is already very pale, because I am super white skinned, so I'm just going to use my normal foundation, which is the DERMACOL. makeup cover foundation. I use this because it helps with my acne a lot and it gives me a bit of confidence. And it's really full coverage, which is definitely what you want with problem skin. This is the shade 208, and it looks a lot darker on camera. It always looks a lot darker, but once it's blended out, it's like super pale. Though a lot of people probably think that's pale, so if you're looking and you think this is pale, that's probably because it is. I'm going to take the same sponge I used for the concealer, and I'm just going to apply it with the flat end to my face. Right, so I have done foundation now, so I'm going to take my, it looks white but apparently it's translucent. This is the TECHNIC Soft Focus Transparent Loose Powder. I'm going to take that and apply it all over with a large fluffy brush. Right, we're going to move on to contour. You can use any contour palette you want for this. I'm going to be using a cool shade brown now, so you're going to want to use a cooler shade, because let's be honest, the sisters have been dead for 300 years, so they're not going to look bronze to the gods. Right, I'm going to move on to blush now. You can use any red, dark, well, it's a very dark pink, almost reddish blush. Right, this is more blush than humanly needed, but it's very signature of Winnie Sanderson, so I won't give you the name of this because this palette I've had for many years. It's by Love Label that they sell on Very and Littlewoods, but it doesn't really have a name and it's a bit of a broken palette. It's the only blush I have, to be honest, because I don't wear it, like I said. So there we go, we have our Winnie blush cheeks. Right, now onto the eyes. So I'm going to take my SOPH palette. Right, and I'm going to use, for a transition shade, the shade Tiramisu. So if you have this, you'll know that it's this shade here. It looks very kind of orangey on camera, but it's not. It's kind of a coffee, kind of browny colour. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and then I'm going to apply that all the way up to my brows, because I'm not supposed to have brows with a fluffy brush. This one's stained yellow from my Hufflepuff look, but I have washed it, it's just stained. Alright, so now we have our transition shade down. I'm going to go in with the shade Mug Cake, which is a very, I would say this is probably a medium brown and that's a dark brown. So yeah, we're going to go in with the medium brown and we're going to apply it above our crease and blend it in circular motions into the tiramisu shade, which is just a light brown. Right, now I'm going to apply Rosewood, which is the dark brown shade, to the rest of the eye and blend it into the crease. Right, and those are all the brown shades put together. So I'm just going to do one final blend out. Right, and there we go. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a very small brush. I'm going to take a black shade. There is a black shade in this palette called Nightmare, and I'm just going to run that close to my lash line underneath my eye. I'm going to add some to the top as well, because this look doesn't have liner, but doesn't mean I can't darken it. Right, I've now done that, so I'm going to blend what's left on the brush into the brown. There we go. Right, and then all you have to do is add a little bit of black liner to your waterline and some mascara, and the eyes are finished. Right, that is the eyes done. The next thing you're going to need is a white eyeliner if you have one. And what you're going to do is on your bottom lip, you're going to trace out your two front teeth on the middle of your lip to look like you have buck teeth. Something like that, but you're going to take the brush you used with the black on to separate the teeth. like so. Looks a bit silly, but it'll work. Alright, then what you're going to do next is you're going to take a red lip pencil. Right, so what you're going to do now is you're going to create a bottom lip around the teeth. Right, so now you're going to add your top lip. And make sure it matches, and it does. So then you're just going to apply your lip product with a small brush, preferably a black one because you don't want to stain your brush. And then you just add setting spray if you want it to last the rest of the day. So this is the final look. I put a spell on you. I love it. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. This is a makeup look done completely with no special effects and all with drugstore makeup. Bar the lipstick, but that could have been drugstore makeup. I just wanted to try out a new lipstick. So be careful of witches on Halloween this evening. Don't take candy from strange women because you never know. Somebody could have lit a candle and they could be wanting to steal your youth. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. I've been Kirstie. Stick around because it's gonna get fun. This Halloween is gonna get fun. I hope you all enjoy your day. Bye guys.